Well, the world has still gone nutty, buddy, even downright cruddy, buddy. Wish I missed the past, buddy, but there's still Buddycast. No, don't be naughty, go meet a buddy here on Buddycast.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the founder and host of Buddycast, Nick Sorensen.
Hi, buddies. It's time for another episode of everybody's favorite show, Buddycast. I'm your host, Nick Sorensen, and joining me today is the awesome Jessica Hunter.
Hello.
If you buddies have seen the recent 40 Under 40 article, you may notice a familiar face around there, and Jessica is the one who took this wonderful, lovely photo of me. So thank you so very much for this.
You're so welcome. You were so fun to photograph. I absolutely love that photo of you, and you really do look like Rocky running up the stairs. So yay!
That's going on the resume. That's
yes, you achieved the Rocky look on the Erie Art Museum stairs. So well done.
Thank you, and I'm so glad we did it there too. Like we had the photo shoot there.
Yeah.
Because I knew him instantly. I'm like, I'm going to ask her at the end, and I hope she says yes. I'm going to ask her, can I just do the Rocky pose?
Yes, and it was perfect. So, like I said,
Awesome.
well done.
Awesome. So I got to start by asking, what sparked your interest in photography?
Honestly, I have basically documented my whole life. I always say that I started carrying, my old cameras around in the 90s in elementary school. And I was that person that always had the camera on hand, documenting all of the memories. I can still pull up, my sixth grade photos where all my friends are cringing, but I have a stockpile of all of those. And yeah, I basically have always been kind of an artist in that sense. But it wasn't until later in life, after I had my children, that I took it to a more professional level and started taking classes and, just getting that first DSLR, which is a big game changer, obviously. I started with the point and shoot Canon, and from there I kind of flourished. I took it and I ran with it. So it's been a fun journey for sure. But I started, since elementary school, really.
Awesome. You kind of led into my next question, which was, when did you decide to take a passion and make it into a career?
Well, like I said, so after having children, obviously I was just documenting those memories, and we were constantly, I'm constantly like, here's a brick wall, here's a sunflower field, just kind of doing that. And from there, I just wanted my photos to really stand out. And I think that they started to, and a lot of people started noticing. And I just started taking classes, which changed everything. And like I said, then I invested in my first DSLR, and yeah, that was it. That was it for me. I loved everything about it. So I basically do it every day. And if you do something every day, you're obviously going to get better, and you learn from everyday experiences. So yeah, that was it.
And one of my favorite sayings from the show actually comes from one of my TV shows, Cobra Kai, which is, man who works for passion is far richer than man who works for money.
Absolutely. It's funny. I actually, I was an educator before I was a professional photographer, and that was a passion of mine. But again, like, life had led me into more of a creative outlet, and it changed everything. So yeah.
Nice. Now I've got some questions. I'm going to call these favorite questions.
Sure.
I'm going to ask you about your favorites, starting with your favorite camera to use.
Okay. So Canon by far. I just think that it's such a well-respected piece of equipment. I started with an old Canon, but currently I have switched over to using the mirrorless lens, which I feel like a lot of people are doing. The technology is expanding and growing all the time. So a mirrorless Canon is my answer.
Nice. What
Yeah.
about favorite places in Erie to do a photo shoot?
The art museum stairs. No, actually, I really like being downtown. I really, if you noticed in my kind of the general theme when I do the 40 under 40 photos, we're always downtown. I like to have Erie as a backdrop. And you may not always recognize everywhere we are, but you kind of know where we are. So downtown for sure. I have opened up a studio downtown in the historic cashier's house,
Oh,
which is right next to the art museum, actually. So I'm able to utilize downtown almost in every session I have. I always kind of split it between studio time and then let's go do some street photography, because downtown street photography for me is, I just think there's such an artistic eye to doing so. Like, you might not think that street lamp looks like something that could, really pop out in a photo, but it does. And yeah, definitely downtown for sure. As I
really?
photographed you, of course.
Yes. Yes, that's right. I love the art museum comment.
Yes, and it's such a beautiful building, and there's so many beautiful old buildings downtown. And I think that with Erie's downtown ever growing and developing, it's a really cool backdrop. I actually had a photo shoot with a couple who, they're kind of a power couple in Erie, and there was so much construction and all the signs were in the background. And typically, I might have like kind of stayed away from that backdrop, but it really popped out for them, and it almost added to that, that image of this power couple with all this construction behind them. And so that was really cool. But yeah, it's something that you have to have an artistic eye for, and you use everything downtown. We live in a beautiful city, so
We absolutely do.
we can't really go wrong. So
Yeah. What are some you mentioned it earlier, like you mentioned you're at the cashier's house, you mentioned the art museum. What are some of your other favorite places downtown to really capture?
Well, honestly, just any street, downtown. The Bayfront, obviously, our waterfront is amazing. And right now, gosh, I've actually been all over the city with the changing leaves and the foliage. It's really been a wonderful backdrop, Frontier Park, Asbury Woods, Winter Gorge, everywhere has been a lovely backdrop for any photo. So
Awesome. What about your favorite editing software?
So I currently use Lightroom. However, I am in the process of taking classes to better learn Photoshop, because it can be a little stressful sometimes. But right now, I think Lightroom is kind of my go-to thing. If I want to spend a little bit more time learning, I'll kind of hop on to Photoshop and play around. But yeah.
Nice. So you also do a lot of work with the Erie Reader. You did the 40 under 40. How did this all come to be?
So, okay. Not only am I a photographer for the Erie Reader, I also handle all of the new media and publishing. So I wear many hats, if you will. About 4 years ago to the date, I had joined a leadership academy with the Jefferson Educational Society. And from there, like I said, I was taking some classes and growing my skills as a photographer. And really, I was just offering sessions, for anyone that wanted to do them. I was just willing, like I said, every day, like, let's go take photos. I ended up doing a little bit of photo work with my Leadership Academy's project. And that was taking photos around downtown, which was really cool. And my photo ended up being the cover photo for our final document, which was about a 60-page paper. And all of my photos were inside, kind of documenting our project along the way. And after that ended, I was kind of thirsty for more. And I love the Erie Reader, and I kind of just went to the Erie Reader and I said, hey, let's try this out. Maybe I could, take some photos for you. And lo and behold, I had a cover photo that month.
Wow.
Which was really amazing and really kind of grew my confidence in my skill. So that was a moment for me. And from there, I have been with the Erie Reader for over 4 years, and I've had many cover photos at this point. Every year, this is my 4th year photographing the 40 under 40, which is a huge feat. As you can see, it's photographing 40 professionals in such a short time is it's a learning skill, and it's a skill for sure. Not only that, I am doing people, places, things. My favorite thing to actually photograph may be the top 10 can't miss dishes in Erie, because I get to eat them all.
That's definitely a benefit.
It's a perk for sure. My son always says, my mom gets to photograph food and then eat it. That's her job.
I thought your son was going to ask, when are you going to take me?
Yeah. Well, I always bring it home for them. I do a little bit of work with local chocolatiers as well. And oh yeah, I'm constantly bringing home batches of candy, which, it's Halloween. I don't think we really need that right now, but my kitchen is full of chocolate.
I know I'm going trick-or-treating.
And also the Best of Erie, which is really fun. Like I said, I'm constantly doing people, places, and things, and photographing the people that make up Erie and the things and places. It's really rewarding. So yeah.
That's awesome. And what's it like working with the people from the Erie Reader? Like my buddy Jonathan, for example.
Yeah. So we actually don't get to see each other in person very often, which is weird, because we all contribute to these issues each time that they're published. But we have such wonderful and talented people contributing and writing, and everyone that we are, featuring. It's such an experience, because Erie is such a unique place with so many unique, awesome people that I get to kind of connect with. It's really rewarding for sure. But yeah, Jonathan's a great guy. He's awesome. I think we've only met like twice at holiday parties, but
Nice. I say that because he just liked this video. So
oh, cool. Hi.
Yeah. He's awesome. He wrote a great 40 under 40 article, and he's wrote great things about Buddycast. So gotta give him a little shout out.
Yeah.
I have another favorite question that I missed earlier. What are your favorite type of services to photograph for people? Like favorite events that you love to photograph?
Honestly, I do it all. I don't like to limit myself. I think that photography for me is capturing all things. Like I said, people, places, things. I love it all. I also enjoy events. But right now, it depends on the season, I guess. Right now, I've been focusing a lot on family photography, which has been so much fun to capture those moments and memories for families as they're ever growing. In June, I love photographing, young professionals for the 40 under 40. So it depends on the season for sure. but like, I don't limit myself. I do it all.
Nice.
It's all fully enjoyable for me, especially the food.
Ooh, yeah, like I said, definitely a perk.
Yeah.
So, for our buddies who are watching who maybe aren't familiar with your services, could you list off a lot of the services that you can offer them today?
Yeah. So actually, so as the weather is cooling off, and we all know Erie weather is completely unpredictable. As I'm looking out the window right now, yesterday
Mhm.
was 70 degrees, and it's
Today it's not.
it's not that today. I am actually going to be opening up my studio at the historic cashier's house for Swift sessions. So what those will be are a quick 15-minute headshot. So any professional, anyone really who wants an updated brand or LinkedIn photo or Facebook photo, we're gonna be really working on that, and I'll have set hours to kind of just pop in my studio and update yourself, which is it's going to be a cool thing. So that I'm always offering family photos. I will have some upcoming Christmas sessions, which will be really fun. I'll have some studio sessions, like I said, because the weather is unpredictable. I will be offering evergreen Christmas tree farm sessions, which is super fun and always such a lovely backdrop for any updated Christmas card. And then this year, I will be offering two new holiday photos. I'm going to use downtown, since I'm downtown, and that's one of my favorite places to photograph. I will be doing Perry Square. So we're going to do city holiday, which will be really fun.
Ooh.
So we'll use Perry Square as our backdrop, and I think that'll be really cool. And then we are also going to be offering a Grinch photo op. So stay tuned.
Oh, you and me are gonna have to talk in December.
Oh yeah. That'll be fun. So yeah,
Yes.
that'll be end of November, early December, and times and dates to be determined.
Awesome.
So
And is
yeah,
that
lots of fun stuff.
this just popped in my head? Has anyone ever contacted you like for a photo shoot for their birthday or
Oh
something to just
yeah,
make
all
them
the
feel
time.
special?
Absolutely. I just last weekend drove out to Meadville to photograph a birthday party, and it's fun. Like I said, I end up having more fun than the guests because I
Mhm.
get to really, when I'm at an event, I get to kind of pop around and enjoy the party and mingle, and yeah, it's truly fun. So yeah, I do birthdays. I'll do bridal showers, weddings, and honestly, anything, any event that you want documented, I'm your girl.
Awesome. That kind of leads into my next question. Have you done an event that's left a really big impact on you? Like, can you share a story with us about a time that your services really
Yeah.
impacted someone?
So actually, for the second year in a row, I have photographed the Safe Nets Garden Party, which is a wonderful, wonderful organization for such a great cause. And they have in their garden that it's in the middle of the city. It's you wouldn't even know it's there. It's on it's downtown. I can't remember the name or the street names, but it's this beautiful garden that they care for, and they have their annual fundraiser there. And I think that fundraiser, they invite everyone who is a support for this organization, and it's always beautiful weather in this beautiful garden and for such a good cause. So that's one thing that really sticks out to me is that fundraiser. So
Love
it's always a good time for sure.
Love it. Now, buddy, I've got two more questions for you. We got to make
Yeah.
this an official Buddycast.
Yes.
The first one is brought to you by my buddy Jonas Kane from #Positivity. He
Mhm.
really wants to know, in your own words, what does it mean to be someone's buddy?
Well, to me, it really means having a rapport with that person and always rooting for them, being somebody that they can always count on, and someone who's always that voice that says you can, just having that support system, I think is really important to be someone's real buddy. I think that if you're always listening and making sure that they know somebody is rooting for them, that makes a true buddy for sure.
Love it. And I lied. I have one more question before the ultimate Buddycast buddy question. Where can we find more information about you? Where can our buddies reach out to you? And
so you can find me on Facebook, Instagram. I'm Jessica Hunter Photos on Instagram. And I am jessicahunterphotos.com, which is where you'll find my website and some information there. You can check out my portfolio, which needs updated. I'm a little bit more updated sometimes on the socials. So yeah, you can find me in those places.
Awesome.
You can also find me. I actually have a feature coming out for the Erie Reader. I'm working on something. It's called Gem City Style, where I will go in and photograph people who I think that have something that is really worth kind of showing in Erie. It could be art, it could be fashion, it could be, graphic design, anything like that. So I'll be showcasing unique talents in Erie. So you can also find me in our features. So
love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. I'll have to pass along some names that I think would be worthy of it.
Oh, please do. Yes. I have a very long list of friends and people in Erie that I am going to feature. So this is going to be an ongoing project for me for sure.
Awesome. I'll definitely pass along some good buddies that I know will
get
you
the
content
yeah.
you are looking for. That's what buddies do,
Yes, thank you. I appreciate you, and I appreciate the support. I see that you're rooting for me. That's the quality that I like.
That's what buddies are for. And now, buddy, we've come to what's called the ultimate Buddycast buddy question. You ready for this one?
Sure.
Alrighty. What is your advice to anyone out there who wants to be a photographer one day?
Well, my first advice is, if it's something that you think you have a skill in, or something that you just simply like, go for it. Absolutely go for it. You're never going to learn and grow if you don't just try. So that's the number one thing. But also along the way, just make sure you're getting the education. Take classes. There's so much information online as well. Really just make sure you're constantly evolving and growing, and truly just go for it. Photography to me is, I'm an artist, so it's really subjective. My art to me is so important, and it's something that makes me feel good. So if it's something that makes you feel good, absolutely just try it. Just reach out to your photographer friends, or someone who you might admire, and you like their style, and take classes, learn. Also there's just so much information out there, so
yeah,
so it really is.
You learn something new every day. That's what's the point of Buddycast, about learning about buddies, learning about people. But you're absolutely right. If it's a passion of yours, go for it.
Go for it. Something. Absolutely. Yes.
Alrighty. Well, buddy, thank you so
much. You have made this dreary day 1000% better, and I appreciate you. So thank you for asking me to be a part of your show.
And you're welcome back anytime. Anything.
All right. I'll be back next week. No. 100%.
That was my fiance, who is the first lady of Buddycast, and She just gave you the stamp of approval. So,
Yay! The Jessicas unite.
We're talking to her about getting her started on her own show, and I think I
Oh,
think you might be getting an invite if she goes for it.
I would love to. Send her my way.
Alrighty. Stick around. We'll chat for a minute afterwards.
All right.
But for all
Sounds
my
good.
buddies out there, this is my buddy Jessica Hunter. Please check out her website, check her out on social media, and reach out to her. You never know. She did a great job with 40 Under 40. You never know what she's got for you. So, but Jessica, before we end the show, I have one favor to ask you before we leave. Whatever you do today, tomorrow, next week, next month, heck, even next year, go be someone's buddy.
I would love that. My motto is I smile at everyone. And you never know if that could change someone's day. So
all it takes is one buddy to be there for
One
you when
buddy.
you need it most. So, thank you for being a buddy
Thank
here on Buddycast. Alrighty. We'll catch everyone next time here on everybody's favorite show, Buddycast.
Bye.
Well, the days are going fast, buddy, we've got to make them last, buddy, before they've all gone past, buddy, tune in to Buddycast. But don't feel none, it could make it, buddy, here on Buddycast.